happy.
Actually, the tall chair.
There we go.
Yeah, come sit. All right. So tonight we thought we would do something a little bit different. Clearly, I have the ladies. It's ladies' night in Vegas. We are here for our corporate directors leadership mastermind. I don't know how much masterminding there will be. A lot of drinking wine, and there's a hot tub. So
DJ
Now,
got a beer.
we all know in vino veritas. So there's going to be lots of truth tonight come out.
Oh.
yes, there may be. There may be. So we once a year. This is the first one. This is the first of many, but every year we are going to have a corporate directors leadership retreat.
There she
Tracy is in the house. And
I want to
cool.
point something out.
Okay.
We're all one shade of blonde.
I was going to say we're all a bunch of blonde women. I don't know what that's.
Clearly blondes have more fun in Vegas, for sure. So I know there's some people on here that are brand new, but we also have a lot of people on here that have been involved with the company for a little bit of time. Usually we throw up a PowerPoint, but we're not going to be that boring tonight because, I mean, look.
Well, wait a minute.
Come on.
I'm going to be that boring in an hour. I will do the boring presentation in an hour with maybe a glass of wine by my
I was going
side.
to say, really?
And wine equals not boring.
Thank you.
So
it is literally about
it's our
cooking
cooking Coolio book.
Oh, I didn't know who Coolio is.
I know. That's why we brought it.
You're going to hear things tonight here that you've never heard before. That was one of them.
We got the giggles.
I mean, if you came here for APLGO, I promise you are in the right place. We do a presentation every Tuesday, but because I'm surrounded by incredibly successful APLGO associates, it would be silly of me to not take advantage of that, right?
Yeah.
So instead, we're going to talk about what has happened to us for the last 18 months to get us to where we are right now, which is Las Vegas. I've got Ruth Maine with me,
Yeah.
Ohio. I've got Sherry Denny from Alaska, Tracy Bollinger and I from Arizona, and Julia Wary from Maryland. And we are all corporate directors plus in this amazing company that we found out about in 2020. In the middle of a global pandemic, when everybody else was panicking, we found this incredible opportunity to change our lives, to change our health, to change our finances, to change our circumstances. And we've been sharing it with people ever since. And we've been sharing it very successfully. So I would like each of you to just say a minute or two about your story, what it was about this company, because we have people on, this is their first time with us. What was it about this company that somebody told you that made you go, yes, 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 I have to be a part of it? Go.
Me first. Okay, I think we're starting with Ruth first. Oh, so my name is Julia Flynn-Worry, and I have been, I've been in network marketing on and off for many years, actually. And one of the things that I really loved about network marketing was the camaraderie. But what I found with this team and with this group was just friendship and love and companionship, which was amazing. But with this company, what I found was income. I know you're not supposed to talk like that. You're not supposed to say that, but I never had these opportunities. I never had respect and recognition and appreciation, and I feel valued here. And I don't know if you're supposed to really talk about that, but I do feel that way. And I have income, and it's been so significant in my life and in my husband's life that he participates in here in this with us as well. And there's room for new people. It's not like we're the only ones and now there's no more room. I don't even know what to say. There's so many great opportunities for new people.
Tracy.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm Tracy from Arizona. And I can tell you that I wouldn't have done this if it hadn't been for my guy friend who saw the opportunity for me, because I've never done this. So being a massage therapist, I'm like blown away by how receptive people are. And I sell this. No, I don't sell this. I tell people and they listen to me and I love it. I've had a great time and it's a whole new ball game and I love it. I've had a great time. Thanks, girls, for inviting me to come along.
Of course.
You earned it.
Hey. Very.
And if it wasn't for this gal right here that gave me that phone call, and I sat back and went, oh no. But I thought also, what if this is the one that is going to create such phenomenal amazement for even more people? At that point, it wasn't about me at all. I thought, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Really? This, that, and the other? And it has helped not only myself, but we have reached out and brought up so many more leaders. I see several of you on this call right now that are going in that direction if you're not already there. And we're so happy to have you here. Talk about income. 2 months into this, I was able to pay off my IRS tax debt, you guys. And that was a biggie. That was like 12 years of, oh, wow. So it does happen. And I've never been so happy. I was ready to retire. And she did it to me again. Thank you, Tina.
You are welcome.
Me? Then what about you?
I will talk after.
Good. Okay. Well, some of you know me, some of you don't. My name is Ruth Main. I have been in the direct sales industry for 30 years plus. That it dates me a little bit. I did not grow up thinking I would get into direct sales. I was 8 years a police officer, a canine officer. I was a deep sea commercial diver back before some of you were even born, before other women even got into that field. And I was a rescue diver. I've done a lot of really great things in my life. But just like all of you, life threw me a curveball. My mother was killed by a drunk driver. My oldest daughter had a traumatic brain injury. She was in a coma for 2 months and 2 days. And 2 years later, my youngest daughter, Jessica, who was 5, was diagnosed with cancer. And at that point, I was about $1.5 million in medical debt. I had to sell my house. I was living off of savings. And then all of that ran out. And then my youngest daughter, my medical debt went up over 3.2 million. And I got invited to a meeting. I couldn't go. I wrote a bad check because that was back in the days you could write a check and wait 3 days for it to get clear, but I knew it wouldn't clear. And I went to a meeting and there were only 5 people in the room. So when people tell you there was only 2 people in the room, it must not be good. Don't listen, because out of those 5 people, we all became multimillionaires in that company, multimillionaires. And I've gone on to make over 6 figures a month in several companies, 3 to be exact. So when this came along, I've spent 30 years in direct sales in technology. I refused, and when Tina got me into my first pill potion lotion company, I drug my feet. When this came across my desk, after consulting with over a dozen companies on comp plans, in fact, in that other company, Tina had me on a call with the owners, and I told them how bad their comp plan was. Remember that?
I do.
And they didn't want to change it. When I looked at this, I couldn't believe it was true. About once every 15 or 20 years, guys, a company comes along that blows everything else out of the water. I guarantee this is that company. Are they going to have their hiccups? Yes, they are. But this is the company. We've got the product. We've got the comp plan. We've got the results from the product. And you can't go wrong. I'm going to talk about money. There are many of you on this call that can get to 6 figures a month in this company very easily over the next 2 to 5 years. This isn't a 2 to 5 week plan. There are some of you on this call and in this room that will make $1 million a month. And I think Tina is probably starting to think that's possible for her.
I am.
As well. And I think when I first met Tina, you couldn't even comprehend
I
that.
said, there's no way. People that say they make $1 million a month in this industry are full of,
I've
I
never
didn't
made $1
believe
million.
it.
I've never made $1 million. I've come close. I've about 3/4 of that, not quite 3/4 of that. So I am telling you, when you hear these ladies or anybody do a call, get guests on there. I don't care if you have to push, pull, drag, beg, plead, give away product, bribe them, just get it in front of them. And if you can, give them a sample. That has been wonderful for me. Samples work. I don't have to sell it. And I know I've gone way over my time.
No,
So
it's
thank
good.
you. We love you all. We can't wait for you to be here. I know we've got some other trips coming up that we're all looking for you to qualify for. And that big one is the island getaway, right?
yes. Oh, yes.
And we'll all have bikini bodies.
I was going to say, we'll all be in our bikinis. It's going to be amazing.
So if you are still like, what the heck is happening? Is this an APLGO call? It is. About 18 months ago, Kelly and I heard about this company. It was out of Russia. It was 8.5 years old. It was very solid and stable. It was moving up the charts where it was making significant differences in income yearly, but not so significant that you think immediately, oh, fast cash, fast crash. It was not. It was moving in a really good layered projectile. And we started thinking, okay, so it's got the firm base. It has the owner, Sergey Kulikov. He came out of network marketing. To us, that's important. If you've ever been in a company that was owned by some bazillionaire who's never heard of network marketing, get out. Get out immediately. It's not going to work because people who try to run network marketing companies like regular businesses fail, right?
Yeah.
They fail.
Yeah.
And a previous network marketer who knows exactly what we're going through, exactly what we want, is the best kind of owner you could possibly hope for. So we have a 33-year-old, I said it, 33-year-old
So young.
owner. His name is
So young.
Sergey. His wife Olga just turned 32, I believe, as well. And he started this company because he kind of got screwed a little bit in a previous company and said, I'm going to start my own company, and never let that happen to the people in the field. And he hasn't. No. So he's been running the company very successfully, but not in the United States. It is in Moldova. It is in Eastern Europe. It is all over Russia. It is all over multiple locations, not including the United States. He did try to start the United States 3 or 4 years ago. It didn't work. He didn't have the right people that would actually help him launch the company. So when he wanted to come back, he found people that were willing to lock arms with him, not just get paid to consult, right? We were those people that locked arms with him with another few couples and said, we will absolutely help you grow this company. Because when they came to us as kind of in consultant mode, it seemed awesome. And it had DNA all over it. And I went, yeah, I got to look, at very least, I got to look at it. And I was completely drawn to the company. And I said, I can't just consult with this company. I actually feel like I was so drawn to it. I have to be a part of it. So we helped them launch 18 months ago.
Yes.
It has been such an exciting 18 months. But some of the things that we realized immediately, I called some of my besties around the United States, and I held up a bag with some of our drops in it, our DNA rapid drops, and their old supplements in it. And I said, given the same nutritional value, which would you choose? And clearly they chose, and these are people who know nutrition. These are people who know nutrition. And they didn't choose the gross tasting, gross smelling, brown, disgusting horse pill supplements. They chose the DNA candies. What really got me was the 500-page science guide. I mean, when you saw that, were you just like, I mean, come on.
I wondered if it was really true or if it was just packed with a bunch of filler. And then I started reading, I'm like, wow, this is an actual textbook. This is a real book.
I took it a step further. I contacted Mary yesterday.
Good for you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a real, it's the real, it's real information. And it really does answer definitively a lot of questions. It's so powerful.
And then after that, it was the science and the technology. And we heard this story about how they create the product, how they take all the ingredients from Israel where the soil is super rich. They ship it to Moldova where they re-energize the nutrients with negative ions and at the same time extract the DNA. And that's what they use to put in the drops. They're convenient, they're quick, they taste incredible.
Amazing.
People love them. People look forward to taking them. And I've never been in a company where people spend $600, $1,000 on a pack and then 3 weeks later they're like, yeah, I'm out. I need more. Send me more immediately. You know,
it's true.
But one of the things that really got us was we were with some friends. They have a 4 and a 5-year-old. And we were sitting in the office, we were chatting about the company and how are we going to start this and who are we going to talk to? And their 4 and 5-year-old came running in the room and they said, Mom, there's candy, Mama. And they're fighting over the last GRW drop. And I went, you've got 4 and 5-year-olds fighting over nutrition. What other company can say that? It's so incredible.
It really,
right?
It truly
What were you gonna say?
So let me ask how many here and how many there. You can answer for you. How many of you have had somebody run out of product and call you and ask you to overnight them?
Oh,
Tina has had to overnight
had you.
product for me.
Every month.
Yes,
it's
Folks,
incredible.
people do not stop taking these products. That is what is so incredible. And we only have to spend $50 a month to start. But you know, the average spend in North America is over $150 a month
Mhm.
because people fall in love with them. And when they work, they work. And there's no contradicting it. Should I tell them the story I just heard today?
Yes. And first, let's say we have a variety. Okay. So it's not one size fits all, you know, little pill. It's 15 varieties for 15 different experiences. 2 more are coming. I mean, we've got everything from head to toe, from brain to beauty, to heart, to breathing, to joints, to pain, to bone density, to liver,
Mhm.
to
Digestion,
yeah,
kidneys, kidney.
digestion,
Yes.
women's
Women's
things,
and
issues,
men's things.
Yes. I mean, if you're walking around in Las Vegas too much and your feet hurt, we have something for that.
We do. We do. I mean, there's something for everybody and it's so inexpensive
It is.
compared to anything else on the market. And
It's-
people look forward to taking
Not
it.
only that, it's
It's
good
true.
for you. There are no contraindications. There are no bad side effects. It's not going to hurt your liver. It's not going to hurt your kidneys. Go look up the insert on any aspirin bottle. If any of you take aspirin, Tylenol, acetaminophen, Midol, any of that every month,
Mhm.
many women do you know the cumulative effect on that of your liver and your kidneys can kill you? And people don't stop to think about that. And we just pop that stuff like it's candy and it's killing us.
And it's
It's
not
crazy.
candy.
And it's
And
not
it's
candy.
not candy.
Ours
It
is not candy either.
No, it isn't.
Ours
It
just
tastes
tastes
like
like
candy.
candy.
Tastes like candy. My favorite story, I have to share this with you all. I believed, I was excited, I was happy. My husband was so excited. His benefits were great. But when I had a doctor who I had been in other businesses with who'd never really been all that interested, she called me on the phone and said, I'm going to be at your house in 20 minutes. I'll need this, 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 and this product. She said, Julia, I have hip and knee pain. I never tell you about that. This is the first time I've ever had anything work for that. And that was the beginning of getting those phone calls again and again and again. And I've never experienced that with any product that I've represented. Nobody said that to me in any other company. So
I got off the plane today to a message and I returned the call. And this is a brand new lady whose husband was supposed to have hip replacement surgery on the 17th of January. They've canceled the surgery. Taking slide, stop, and relax for, I think, 2 or 3 weeks now. He's walking pain-free. He's walking every day. He has canceled the surgery. I am not surprised at these testimonies at all. We have thousands of them in our group.
We have a testimony group on Facebook
Yes.
full where you can read all of the stories of all of these incredible
And we
drops.
need to say, we're not doctors.
Yep.
And we are not making any medical claims. We're not saying we can heal or cure anything. But when you give the body what it needs, as a friend of ours says, the body will create miracles.
Yeah, and take the time to go and talk with the person that brought you here and ask them if they'll let you into invite you to our DNA Drops testimony page, because that has testimonies specifically from the people that it happened to. And that's what you want to hear about. You don't want to hear about what we do. We want to tell all the testimonies we can. But to be able to hear them directly from the person it happened to, those are very powerful. So ask about that.
Well, you've seen Karen's testimony.
I have.
Karen was
I have.
completely bald. I mean, folks, she
Oh,
had a
yeah.
few wisps of hair. You guys have all seen her pictures. Her mother forced her to have perms her whole life and all her hair fell out. So she would come to my Zooms in the early days and she had this beautiful head of hair. And then one day, she's always early. She's always 20 minutes early. She shows up and she has no hair. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, what happened? But you don't want to say anything. And that's when she broke down and she says, I've worn a wig my whole life because my mother forced me to have perms. Her hair was a few wisps and it was like down to the top of her ears. That was in May. In September, it was down to her shoulders and she's now had 2 haircuts. And that testimony
That's on
is,
It's in the group.
incredible, incredible. And we have thousands of those
We do.
kinds of testimonies.
we really, truly do. People who
Yeah.
have had issues with illnesses that they've gotten,
Diabetes.
the one illness that we all don't want to
Talk
say,
about it.
you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
That
there's
much not be named.
right. That should not be never named. But you know, it's interesting because this is also about the income. I love all of the amazing medical information and the testimonies and what people say. But when you think about the opportunity, this is what people call me and say to me. I just don't understand how I can sell something at wholesale and make any money. Does that really happen? And you hear her giggle?
Yeah.
Because we're like,
I'm-
absolutely, let me show you how. People can't believe that it can be so affordable and that we can still earn an income and that there are so many valid, powerful payways. And I think that that's the most fun, is to say, let me show you.
Yeah.
You know, they love
Well,
it.
we have doctors coming to us,
Yep.
several, in particular, there's a couple on my team that literally came to me almost in tears and said, you have, I'm gonna cry.
Don't, because then Julia will cry.
And then I'll cry and
You have my retirement plan.
yep.
And I sat and I go, wow, really? And sure enough, I mean, this one doctor in particular came in at a diamond pack and was getting ready to go to Hawaii and sold out the whole entire thing in 3 days in his office. And he
Wow.
keeps doing this. So yeah, it's an excellent retirement plan if you're a doctor or not.
Right. Well, and it's interesting because the products themselves are kind of what I call white labeled. They
Yeah.
don't have a name on it that a doctor or a tanning
Correct.
salon would say, oh, it says Colgate or
Right.
name brand, insert name brand here. It actually looks beautiful on the shelf. Can you imagine if you own a tanning salon or a hair salon, how beautiful that would look on the shelves? I just love that for business owners who, as we all know, they need ways to generate revenue that isn't going to contraindicate what they're also doing. They need something to fit in with what they're doing. So
And
Well, not only
residual. That's the difference.
Yes,
This is
and
not
residual.
just something where, yes, people do buy it and sell it, right? And they buy it and sell it. But the best is when people are purchasing it from their own website. Everybody can get their own website, customers. And then when people purchase on their own website, you make income every time. So there comes a point in your business where you wake up in the morning and there's an extra $1,000 or $2,000 in there that wasn't in there when you went to sleep. That is what retirement.
And your
is.
husband looks
That
at
is-
you and says, we're buying a big ocean boat.
And that's the kind of income everybody should be striving for, is residual income, because you will work every day of your life until you die or until you're 100 if you don't have money that comes in while you are sleeping. And that's what is the most important kind of income you can have in your life and in this business. And that's what that creates for you.
Some of you may be wondering, this all sounds really great, but really, how good are the products? Well, for those of you that it's important to, they are FDA registered. They're not just listed as generally recognized as safe. They're actually registered. That means he had to have an attorney. They had to prove a bunch of stuff and all of that. But more importantly, for those of you that really understand this, there are 30 certifications worldwide. The ones that are important to us here in North America is we are certified kosher, halal, vegan, organic, non-GMO, and gluten-free. There are absolutely no artificial colors, flavors, or artificial sweeteners in any of our lozenges. You cannot refute that. I've had doctors, I've had scientists, I've had people with big egos think, oh, it's just a piece of candy, it's a piece of crap. No, I just show them certifications because the certifications cannot be refuted. So if you're one of those that are wondering, are these really that good? Or are they just like a flavored candy and everybody's having the placebo effect? No, go look up all of our ingredients. They have thousands and tens of thousands of peer-reviewed studies that they do what they say they're going to do.
or give it to your dog
Exactly.
during a thunderstorm.
Exactly. Amen.
There's someone on this call and her dog's name is Honey. And Honey is like my dogs. And every time there was a thunderstorm or fireworks or a big truck went down the road, the dogs would panic. And so when we were sharing the drops with our dogs, which was, my friend said, hey, I've been doing this and it's working. I went, you know what? There's no placebo effect
No,
in the
in
animal
animals.
kingdom. In the animal kingdom, they can't say,
Right.
gee, Mom, I feel great. They can't say that. So you
I
knew.
have friends that give them to short pug-nosed dogs for breathing. They give them all. I have friends with animals with allergies, they give them to. Friends with a dog, older dogs with arthritis and hip problems, they give them
Definitely
a
the
slide,
slide.
relax and stop. It is incredible. And if you have just one of those hyper dogs, just give them a relax every now and again like you would a child.
And
You know, actually, speaking of children, I actually had somebody just tell me the other day, of course, this is not made for children, but yes, it is completely safe for any age. There is a choking hazard. It is like the size of a lifesaver. So you do watch them, right? They could put it in the side of the cheek or under the tongue and it's perfect. But I did have somebody tell me they have a granddaughter that is teething and they take slide and stop, melt it down into like a thick, like a caramel.
dropper.
Yeah.
And they just put it
Rub
on their
it,
finger and rub it on the teething.
Yep.
I just heard that the other day.
Okay, that's really
Brilliant,
cool.
right?
It would have to.
That is
Really
I
cool.
actually have
Yeah.
people that have family with Alzheimer's and stage dementia. And that's what they do. They put the drops in a cup, like a little ramekin, set it in hot water, melt the drop, and then they use a dropper and just put it in their family member's mouth.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
because the
Yeah.
family member has no suck reflex.
That's really
And
good. I have
incredible
a question
results.
for you guys. I would love to know about this. What do you guys think about the drop tails or the combinations?
Oh, I love
I
them.
love the
them.
combination.
I love them.
Explain
I do.
what you mean though.
Oh, I guess I should explain. So if you've been using the drops for a while, you guys already probably know this, but when you take different drops together, you might experience something, a reaction, unexpected, something you really didn't expect. So when Ruth is talking about stop, slide, and relax, I've actually never included relax in the drop
You
tail.
have to.
And I love that. It makes sense because your body's relaxing. So it would,
When you have pain,
Mhm.
your body tenses up. Like I tore my bicep in September, just found out that I tore my bicep. I can take stop and I can take slide. That will help because slide gets rid of inflammation and stop helps with the pain. But everything is tense. Everything. That's your body's mechanism to protect things. So relax enhances the ability for your muscles to relax so that the stop and the slide can work.
so
And
cool.
not only with people with
great.
pain, but autoimmune disorders. We have you guys have heard Aries' story. My goodness, go look at, we could talk for 2
We
hours.
could.
We could.
Literally, but I think we all agree. There's really nothing like them on the planet. They're affordable. The certificates behind them speak volumes for the credibility behind the company, and it's 10 years old.
You know, and people ask me all the time, what's the secret, right? What's the secret to network marketing? And I used to say, there's no secret. But there is a secret. There's a
There
secret.
is.
And I know you think the leaders know some secret I don't know, and we're keeping it to ourselves. Okay, here's the secret. Give people what they want. That's the secret.
Magic.
Ask questions, find out what people's health challenges are, find out what their financial challenges are, and offer APLGO as the solution. Because there are thousands of people, how many? Over 300,000 people involved in this company that have found a solution.
Most of those are not in North America.
That's right, for their finances or their health or both.
Both.
And, you know, stress relief
That's
is one of the
true.
number one issues in the world right now. And we can relieve the stress of not having enough money at the end of the month,
That's
right?
totally
We can
true.
relieve the stress of being in pain, being tired, not feeling like yourself. There's so many things. As a massage therapist,
Yep.
I'm sure you run into that. What is the number one thing?
One thing that's happened lately is when I give a massage, before I give it their massage, I give them a stop just
Oh.
to get them to relax, and they love it. And I've actually signed a couple people up because of that. So
That's
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's really
We need to
smart.
come up with a book
Yes.
with all the combinations and
Yeah,
all the
that-
tips and tricks. And
Well, I wanted you to share with everybody the one you put into the DNA Drops testimony most recently that we were talking about a little earlier.
so I stole that from Tina D'Angelo. Tina D'Angelo.
Borrowed.
I borrowed that. So
We do
yes,
that a lot.
We do. And it was HPR for, it's like a cleanse.
Mhm.
It was NRM for blood sugar,
Mhm.
sugar regulation,
Mhm.
and Power for Women, right? For energy, hormone, mood
Hormone.
balancing,
Or men.
and or men.
Yep.
And that combination of three has wonderful results for weight loss.
We're gonna
I'm
find
hearing
out.
we are all going to try that like today. So yes,
Very
we do
exciting.
add new combinations, any tips and tricks. Most people that are giving their testimony will tell you exactly even what time of the day they take it. So pay attention to that group. It's a good one. We won't keep you guys too long. We so appreciate you jumping on with us. Please get back to the person that shared this with you. And we're going to end with the fun part. Because that's clearly,
sing?
you're not going to, that's the funnest part. I would not do that to Julia. It's terrifying, right? But, part of me is happy.
You know what, since you gave me that, I can't stop smiling. I mean, my
I was gonna
jaws
say
hurt.
I want to sing.
I-
Is that what
No,
you
no, no,
want to
But everybody does reserve
But
a round of
part of
applause.
what we do here, yes, it's about the product. Yes, it's about the testimony. Yes, there's an income opportunity. But I think the opportunity to be a part of something like way bigger. I mean, it seems like nowadays we live in these little squares, like the ones we see you guys in right now. We all live in these little right? What's the show? Matchbox?
Right. Well, Password was one of those
Password
too.
with the
and-
little squares,
Yeah.
the little squares.
Jeopardy?
I don't know.
No.
But you know what? Now we all live in those squares.
Hollywood Squares.
Now we all live there. It's called Zoom, but that's the way of life. And some people are just lonely. And some people just want to be a part of something bigger and different than what they have. And that is an incredible way to do this business. We are bonding. We are having fun. When I went to Russia, I will say, went to Russia to meet the owner and all the teammates there, 1,200 people. And they said, when I asked them, well, how are you building your businesses? What is it all about for you? They all said, we're here for the fun.
Yeah.
I mean, these are women that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in this company, but they didn't say the money. They said, we build from event to event to event because we're having so much fun. So, I mean, a lot of
I
people
agree with
already
that.
have regular jobs they don't like. Nobody needs a second job. Nobody wants a third job, right? But if you could lock arms with some really fun people, have a good time, change people's lives. I love when people say they came here to help people. Clearly, we love helping people.
It's true.
But let me just ask you a question. If you make no money, how many people can you help? No people. If you make a lot of money, you can help a lot of people. And sometimes that is what keeps me going during the day. I'm like, I can't not work today. I have people to help. Right?
Yep.
We have people to
That's
help.
true.
Yep.
So we are here in Las Vegas. This is our corporate directors retreat. We miss the other corporate directors that are not here with us. We wish you were here. We know some of you earned it and couldn't make it. We know travel restrictions and such have, some say so in the world. We can't get out of everything. We're trying, but we are going to be doing this yearly. Whether it's in Vegas next year, or I don't know, maybe it'll be in Fiji. We will see.
Yeah.
Bali,
Oh, yeah.
Bali,
Yeah.
Christmas Island.
But right now, you have an opportunity to earn a trip, an island adventure, which we are all planning on being on.
Yes,
Several
absolutely.
people in the company have already earned it and are planning on going. And you can come too. So if you want to be a part of that, get with the person that invited you to this webinar, come up with a plan on exactly how to get it. It doesn't end for months, right? We still have 7 or 8 weeks.
That's the end of February. We have
Yeah.
plenty of
6 or
time.
7 weeks to earn that promotion. And you have almost a whole 7 or 8 months to earn this trip next year.
Oh.
The goal is corporate director. The person that invited you here is going to explain to you exactly what you need to do to be on that trip. If you want to hear more about the products and more about the business, a little bit about the business, a lot about the products, Ruth is starting a webinar in
25 minutes.
20
20
minutes from now. What's the link?
Make 2022 different.
Make
2022 different.
different.com. I know everyone here is doing some of those webinars and we're doing them every day, right?
Every day. 11 a
Every
week.
day.
11 a week.
11 opportunities a week to invite people. So if you are looking to grow your business right now, the best thing you can do, create curiosity, ask a lot of questions, start sending out our videos. People are going to watch those videos and they're going to say, no way, is that true? Yes, it is true.
That's what they'll say.
Jump on this webinar with me. You can meet somebody who's making it happen and get them excited because this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Don't let it pass you up. Thanks for jumping on this with us. Any parting words?
Thanks.
I hope to see you in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Jumpstart your business tonight. There's 2 tomorrow
See you
as
tomorrow.
well.
Mhm, that's right.
So you have plenty of opportunity. Guys, it's only 15, 20 minutes long. Jump on, come see what it's all about.
And the best thing you can do is invite. Just invite people, invite. Offer them the opportunity, just like you'd offer them a cup of coffee or a stick of gum, and keep inviting and keep asking. And the more you invite, the more success you'll have.
There's the secret.
Excellent.
That's the secret
That is the
right there.
secret.
You
Just keep
share
talking.
And invite.
The more you share, the better off your business is going to
There you
be.
go. Thank you, everybody.
All right, you guys, have a great Tuesday. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Bye, guys.